Now, why do you have to come to Ireland? Why do you want to have to come to Ireland? I just want you to have this foreknowledge. Living in Ireland, what are the things you need to know? There are some pros and there are some cons. Living in Ireland can be so much of an advantage. At the same time, there are some other side of it. I'll let you know today. Now, when it comes to location, now Ireland is it's blessed. I'm blessed to be here. Ireland is located, it's one of the Europe countries. For those that don't know, Ireland is in Europe. So when you're talking about the continent, so Ireland is in Europe. So Ireland is located in a region that is close to US and UK. So you can travel, like it's very close. It's close to UK. So some people think Ireland is UK, but it's not UK. It's one of the closest European countries to the US and Canada. It is also a fantastic launching point for exploring the rest of Europe for those that like to travel. It is less than an hour from the UK. Even if you're going by flight, maybe 20 minutes, you're already there. But you can also go to the UK from Ireland through ferry. So it's less than 1 hour. You can drive down actually from Ireland to the UK. It's like 2-hour flight from Barcelona, 3 hours from Rome. So for those of you that like to travel all over the world, Ireland could be your best home base. Anyway, now another reason why you might want to travel to Ireland is because the crime rate is low. The crime rate in Ireland is very low, and this is one of the reasons why I'm so at peace here. Ireland has some pretty strict gun laws, unlike some other countries. It is very illegal to own any firearm unless you live on a farm, or even the little gun, like it is very illegal to have such. So violence rate is very minimal. I would say nearly non-existence. I would say where I'm living now, there haven't been any form of crime, any form of violence, stealing or anything. So you can sleep with both eyes closed. It is overall a pretty safe place to call home compared to many other countries. Now, another reason why you might want to come to Ireland is because the healthcare is extremely accessible. Now, we have some remote areas, yes, we have the cities, but then no matter where you are living in Ireland, the healthcare is extremely affordable, accessible. I mean, if you're a permanent resident in Ireland, you are entitled to healthcare. Even if you are not a permanent, if you're coming visiting, you are entitled to healthcare. Is accessible, you'll be attended to. So if your earnings are below a certain range, of course, you qualify for a medical card, which will entitle you to a lot of medical benefits, free medical services. If you don't qualify for a medical card, you will have to pay out of pocket. But wouldn't you prefer accessibility, that you can get well even if you are sick, and then you can sort out the payments? So all these payments could be subsidized by the government, and of course you get it at relatively low rates. Now, another reason why you might want to come to Ireland, amongst all this, you can be a dual citizen. I know some people will smile. Yeah, you can be a dual citizen. Resident of Ireland can be dual citizen with another nation. So I am still a Nigerian, and I can decide I can choose to be an Irish. Yeah, I'm not yet an Irish yet. I just need few more years. Okay. So as long as that nation can recognize the ability to hold a dual citizen, so luckily Nigeria and some other countries, we can do this. So that means becoming an Irish citizen doesn't necessarily mean that you have to give up your rights in your own country like some other countries. You know what I'm saying? All right, so you might want to come to Ireland for another reason which I know people will like. I love this part is because food and drinking is very easy. Like, I mean, you can eat and wine and dine. It is very easy to get all this. You can eat, drink, and marry. Ireland is known around the world as, for their food, agriculture, and all that. So you can drink and marry. You can eat fresh vegetables, fresh milk, and all that, and then you look fresh. So one other reason why, because if you're coming as a healthcare worker, you want to think of the transportation. So public transportation goes everywhere in Ireland, no matter where you live. I live outside of the major city, of Ireland, and I can drive down, I can take a train, I can take a bus. So the transportation generally is fast and reliable. This is public transportation I'm talking about. So you can decide if you want to take a taxi, rental cars, all these are very available. Now let me tell you about the cons, like the other side of living in Ireland. So everything is not just about sweet, sweet, sweet. Now the first con I want to talk about is the weather. Oh my god, this actually got me nuts. Like I was like, wow, what kind of country is this? So Ireland is well known for being dreary and rainy almost all through the year. Like when somebody tells you like, oh, your case is like island weather, that's what they're talking about, unpredictable. So it is commonly overcast and rain can come at literally any time. Anytime. So you might have to be going around with your jackets, with your umbrella every time, every day. You know what I'm talking about. It rarely snows in Ireland, but that doesn't mean like much of the year isn't cold. I think last year and the other year there was just a bit of snow and we enjoyed it anyway. So that's one major con I see in Ireland. The weather is unpredictable. Even during summer, you are still cold. The other thing is the cost of living can be high. Can be high, I see, but you get fresh food, you get fresh vegetables, fresh milk, and all that. So, but this cost of living is highest in the city centers of Ireland. So, just like every other country, and rents can be as very high in the city centers, and as well, public transportation within the city can also be very high. So that's talking about the cost of living. The other thing is that this one, for those that love pub life, bar life, you might find this interesting, but for as many that doesn't really like the pub life, the culture might not be for you. So because Ireland, they are very, very in love with their pub, they love their pub, they love the life. So if you are not of this, you might find it really like clinging, like you don't belong here. If you don't drink, you might find the culture that it isn't for you, but that's not a problem. The other thing is, like every other country, the healthcare system, even though it is accessible, is not perfect. Why do I say it's not perfect? This is because even from my experience and from everyone that's been here, some medical procedures might take longer for you to wait, like the waiting time might be longer. That's because, of course, there are a lot of people waiting for that procedure. So it's just general for every other country. And one that I would think you find interesting is that fuel is expensive in Ireland. Yes, fuel is expensive in Ireland. Please, if you're just coming in, please mute your video so that everyone could enjoy this. Thank you so much. So I was saying that fuel can be very expensive in Ireland. The tax rate for fuel is high, and this will make generally like the petrol or the diesel to be expensive. So, but like I said, you get paid for this. Buying property is not always easy as well in Ireland because it is very expensive, and generally it's harder for you to even qualify, like to get some benefits when it comes to this. But in all of this, coming to Ireland, if you look at the pros and the cons, it's beneficial, especially to nurses. Now, I want to talk about nurses. If you're coming to Ireland as a nurse, why should you come to Ireland as a nurse? Now, this is because the Irish healthcare system is kind of welcoming, accommodating to everybody. Everybody is accommodating, especially now that there is increase, there's increase in demand for nurses. So, of course, Ireland is a place to be. Synergy International Nursing Network, we don't encourage brain drainage, when you say brain drain in nursing in any country. Even though we are encouraging people, even though we are motivating people, we are giving information about relocation, but we are not encouraging brain drain in nursing. What we believe in is in professional growth and international opportunities for future advancement of the nursing profession in whatever country you are. So I myself, I'm just here because I want to grow, I want to know more. My country, my home country is still my heartbeat. So we want people to have the opportunity to grow and to have opportunity to know more, to further the education if necessary. Everything is for future advancement of nursing profession.